The woman in red. Every evening at exactly 6 o'clock, she would appear at the corner of Maple Street and Pine Avenue. Lena noticed her first on a rainy Tuesday, standing under the broken street lamp that flickered like a tired firefly. The woman always wore the same brilliant red coat that seemed to glow even in the fading light, and she carried a small leather bag that looked old and worn. Lena had recently moved into the apartment above Mr. Henderson's bakery, and from her window, she had a perfect view of the street corner. She was new in town, working as an assistant at the local library, and hadn't made many friends yet. The woman in red became her daily mystery. Who is she? Lena wondered aloud one evening as she watched the woman check her watch and look anxiously down the street. And who is she waiting for? For 2 weeks, the routine never changed. The woman would arrive at 6, wait for exactly 15 minutes, then walk away with her shoulders slightly slumped. Sometimes she would take a letter from her bag, read it quickly, then carefully put it back. One Friday evening, something different happened. As the woman stood waiting, a sudden downpour began. People rushed for cover, but the woman in red simply pulled her coat tighter and remained under the flickering street lamp. Lena felt a strange urge to help. She grabbed her umbrella and hurried downstairs. "Excuse me," Lena said, holding the umbrella over both of them. "You'll catch a cold standing in this rain." The woman turned, her eyes wide with surprise. She had a kind face with gentle lines around her eyes, and her hair was streaked with silver. "That's very kind of you," she said. Her voice was soft but clear. "I'm waiting for someone, and I can't miss them." "Maybe you could wait under the bakery awning?" Lena suggested. "It's just there, and you'll stay dry." The woman hesitated, then nodded. "Thank you. I'm Clara, by the way." "I'm Lena. I live upstairs." They moved under the red and white striped awning of Mr. Henderson's bakery. The smell of fresh bread surrounded them like a warm hug. "Are you waiting for someone important?" Lena asked carefully. Clara smiled sadly. "My daughter." "Well, she's not really my daughter, but I think of her that way." She opened her leather bag and showed Lena a photograph of a young woman with bright eyes and dark hair. "Her name is Maria. I was her nanny when she was little. Her family moved away 15 years ago, but we promised to meet here if we ever needed each other." "Why now?" Lena asked. Clara took out the letter Lena had seen her reading. "Maria sent this. She's in some kind of trouble, but she didn't say what. She just asked to meet me here today at 6 o'clock. She wrote that it was very important." Lena looked at her watch. It was already 6:20. "Maybe she's running late because of the rain?" "Maybe," Clara said, but she didn't sound convinced. They waited together as the rain slowed to a drizzle. Lena bought 2 cups of hot chocolate from Mr. Henderson, who gave them a sympathetic smile. At 6:45, Clara sighed deeply. "She's not coming," Clara said, her shoulders slumping. "I should go home." "Wait," Lena said suddenly. "The letter, can I see it?" Clara handed it over. Lena studied the careful handwriting. "This says to meet at the corner of Maple and Pine, but it doesn't specify which side of the street. And look," as she pointed to a small stain on the paper. "This looks like coffee. Maybe she wrote this in a hurry because she was nervous." "You're right," Clara said, her eyes lighting up with new hope. "And Maria always had trouble with directions. She might be on the wrong corner." They decided to check the other 3 corners where Maple Street met Pine Avenue. At the northwest corner, they found a young woman pacing nervously and checking her phone. When she saw Clara, her face broke into a huge smile. "Clara," she cried, running to hug the older woman. "I thought you weren't coming. I've been waiting on this stupid corner for almost an hour." "Maria." "Oh, my dear girl." Clara hugged her tightly, tears in her eyes. "I was on the other corner. Oh, I've missed you so much." Lena watched them with a warm feeling in her chest. She started to walk away quietly, not wanting to interrupt their reunion, but Clara noticed and called her back. "Maria, this is Lena," Clara said. "She helped me find you tonight." "Thank you," Maria said, shaking Lena's hand firmly. "I'm so glad you were here." The 3 women went to a small cafe nearby, and Maria explained why she had asked to meet. She was starting her own business, a bookstore with a coffee shop, but was having problems with her loan from the bank. She needed Clara's advice and emotional support. "You were always so good with numbers," Maria said to Clara. "And you believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself." "Of course I believe in you," Clara said, holding Maria's hand. "You've always been so brave and creative. We'll figure this out together." As they talked, Lena realized how much Clara and Maria meant to each other. Even after 15 years, their bond was as strong as ever. They weren't related by blood, but they were definitely family. In the weeks that followed, Lena became friends with both Clara and Maria. She helped them with the business plan for the bookstore, using her organizational skills from the library. Mr. Henderson from the bakery even offered to supply pastries for the coffee shop. The grand opening of the Red Page bookstore was held on a sunny Saturday morning. The store was beautiful, with comfortable chairs, shelves filled with books, and the wonderful smell of coffee and fresh bread. Clara had framed her red coat and hung it behind the counter as a reminder of how they had found each other again. "To new beginnings," Maria said, raising her coffee cup in a toast. "To friendship," Clara added, smiling at both Maria and Lena. "To being in the right place at the right time," Lena said, thinking back to that rainy evening when she had decided to bring an umbrella to a stranger. From her apartment window, Lena no longer saw a mysterious woman in red waiting on the corner. Instead, she saw a bright bookstore where friends gathered, stories were shared, and the woman in red had finally found what she was waiting for.